Good morning, it's the 3rd of December, it's Monday morning. Our top story for you. The government's chief legal advisor, the Attorney General, will publish a shortened version of his guidance on Theresa May's Brexit withdrawal agreement today, but MPs of all parties are demanding to see the document in full.
Some of them believe it contains a suggestion that the UK could end up in an indefinite customs union with the EU, and the government is trying to hide it.
Well, our political correspondent Chris Mason is in Westminster. Chris, good morning to you. Serious questions from MPs from right the way across the House. How much do you think the Attorney General is going to end up having to give away?
Well, he is keen not to publish, Dan, the entire document, the entire thing that he has set down in front of the Cabinet. Parliament has demanded that. The government has said, well, it'll publish some of the advice, but not all of it. And that's going to be the row of today. It all centres around Geoffrey Cox. He is the Attorney General. He is the government's chief legal advisor and officer. And there's a real sense of anger amongst many MPs because they say, look, we've got to debate and discuss this in the next few days ahead of that really big vote next week. And we want to see absolutely everything that those at the top of government have seen. Now, the government's argument is that that doesn't happen very often and there's no reason why it should happen in this instance. It all boils down, Dan, to this whole question of the insurance policy, the so-called backstop over the border between Northern Ireland and the Republic, and keeping that open under any circumstances if a trade deal isn't done in the future. There is a chance that a very arcane bit of parliamentary rules being called in contempt of Parliament could end up landing on the government's desk as a result of all of this. Gives you just some sense of how well, high-octane things are at the moment and how angry MPs are willing to get over things like this.
I get the feeling you won't be moving far from that spot for the next 2 days because it's a really busy few days, isn't it, for the Prime Minister?
It is, yeah. Why not start a week with a little timeline of Brexit countdown for the next few days. Here's the thing we've cobbled together. So the Attorney General will appear in Parliament this afternoon to talk about this legal advice. Then tomorrow we see the start of this huge debate within Parliament looking at the government's Brexit deal. At the weekend, potentially on Sunday, a TV debate involving the Prime Minister and Jeremy Corbyn, the Labour leader, but there is still debate about the debate and that isn't nailed down yet. At Downing Street accusing Mr Corbyn of running scared. Some Brexiteers saying they're not properly represented, so more row on that score to come. And then that big vote coming up a week tomorrow. And as things stand, what is the government's chances of winning that vote? They are up there, I think, with me being recruited as a prop forward for Scotland in the Six Nations in the rugby. Yeah, I'm as weedy as this, and I'm English.
Thank you very much for that, Mr Mason. And we didn't quite see your lovely graphics. We'll hopefully see them a bit later on. We did see a lovely shot of a beach, though, so... Yeah.
Well, it's a lovely way to start the morning.
It was very idyllic.
Yeah, that and Chris, of course.
Yes,
Both
always
equally
nice to see
lovely,
Mr Mason
of course.
in the morning.
Now...